So I wanted to check out Dekaron's Lost Horizon update, so I got on and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run here, try out the dungeon. And I realized first off, you need two parties of 7 people to do the dungeon, which means you need a total of 14 people. Which I thought to myself, I'm like, how in the world are we gonna have 14 people here all the time to check out this dungeon? And of course, the answer is we're not gonna have 14 people here at all time to check out the dungeon. Uh, so a little bit ago, though, a good amount of people grouped up, and we had 14 people. But when we tried to go to the dungeon, we found out that you can only do the dungeon during the time that Deadfront is going on. Um, this is pretty frustrating because I don't think they said this at all in the actual little update post. So first off, let's go take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna switch screens here. So, Lost Horizon update. The Lost Horizon dungeon is back. As you guys know, this game, or as some of you may or may not know, this dungeon was in the game in the past. It was a good dungeon for getting Seed of Dreams at the time. After a lengthy hiatus, this classic competitive battleground has returned once again, bringing with it promises of mass XP gains. Battle in an intense cosmic battlefield against groups of other Dekaron, and combo as many kills as you can to rack up points for your team before time runs out. Don't hold back. So here's an overview. To access Lost Horizon, you must travel to the Chain of Fire map and speak with the Lost Horizon NPC. As it is a competitive dungeon, you must be a part of a party of 7, and to begin, you must also wait for an opposing party to enter, which is why you need 14 people to do this dungeon. And to enter the dungeon, you need to be level 110. So when it begins, you kill as many enemies as quickly as you can, destroy statues, yada yada yada, kill the boss at the end, and get whatever. Now, I just want to say, first off, they don't even tell you what you get from this dungeon. The only thing here they tell you is promises of massive XP gains, which, as I've mentioned in the past, XP is just not that important in Dekaron, just because level is not that important in Dekaron. I mean, yes, there's a big difference between like 130 and 190, but once you get to those higher levels, getting an extra level is more just like I'm just getting that level to have it. Yes, it gives a little bit of a bonus, but it doesn't really make that big of a difference. So you really need different rewards. I really hope the dungeon still has a good seed drop rate, because that was the whole thing in the past, was that it was really good for seeds. I did do the dungeon in the past, and it was pretty good for seeds. Honestly, though, now farming seeds is way faster than the dungeon was. I mean, right now you can get like 150 plus seeds an hour if you're really focusing on farming. And unless this dungeon offers something better than that, it seems pretty useless to me. Also, you have to be, like I said, you have to go during the Deadfront time, which just would have been nice to know. Yeah, I honestly don't think I'm going to be checking out this dungeon unless I find out that it has really good rewards. Yeah, see right here, this guy just posted the event, or the message that popped up when he tried to enter. The event Lost Horizon begins in 6 hours. Pay attention to the entry of Deadfront to go to the Lost Horizon. So that's kind of frustrating to me. I mean, I do understand that they probably want to do it at a specific time because they're requiring sorry, I'm so scatterbrained today. Because they're requiring 14 people to actually do the dungeon, so if they do it at a specific time, you'd be more likely to get those 14 people to start the dungeon. I was gonna say hi to me, and but I just don't think it was done right. I don't think it should be at a specific time, and like for me, I just don't like it. I don't think it was done well. I feel like the Dekaron population is small enough, and I just don't think having a specific time and requiring 14 people is the way for them to go right now. They need to have content that everyone can access, whenever they want. Or I don't know. I just don't get it. Also here, it says the event period, which they didn't mention in their post either, which is just kind of upsetting. But, that's just kind of how it goes. I don't really know what I expected. I feel like I go through this these like stages, like every time there's gonna be an update. Like I'm like always like, okay, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the update that's like actually good, and I'm gonna be really excited for this update. And then every time there's like the update has promised, but it always ends up letting me down. And this is just another prime example of that. So yeah, I don't really plan on checking out this dungeon unless I hear that it has really good drops, but I expect that it's not going to, because like nothing ever does. But why don't you guys let me know if any of you end up doing this dungeon and turns out that I'm missing on some awesome, great content. You can let me know in the comments, and then maybe I'll make a video about it, or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, as always, you can leave it in the comments. I apologize to Rexstar if you watch my video. I was distracted and I couldn't talk to you, and I just disconnected, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, until next time, guys, take care.